look down at your leg or your arm to find some cut and you have no idea it. So you put a bandage on it, and a few days later it's gone. It's all healed, and you don't even think anything of it, of this amazing process that causes this to happen. Or let's say you are looking at your nails and notice how fast they grow. Or let's say you are looking in the mirror and you notice that you are a lot bigger than you were when you were 5 years old. What do all of these things have in common? One major thing they both have in common is mitosis. So dear students, what is mitosis? So in this video we'll discuss mitosis. First we will talk about why cells divide. Then secondary we'll continue with the types of cell division. Then finally we'll talk about steps of mitosis. Well, mitosis is a type of cell division done by most of your body cells, and it's really important for your cells to divide. If they didn't divide, you wouldn't grow, or plants or other organisms wouldn't grow. I mean, how you grow if you can't make more cells, right? So one reason why you are bigger than you were when you were 5 is mitosis. Mitosis also is great for repair or damage. If you have some kind of accident, like when we were talking about the cut on your arm or leg, well, you want to make sure it can get repaired well, so you have to make more cells to do that. Mitosis is great for that. Now, you should know that there are two types of cell divisions: mitosis and meiosis. So there are major or important differences between mitosis and meiosis. Later we'll mention all the differences with their details. Now for now, you should know that mitosis always gives two identical, same cells always. But in contrast, meiosis always gives 4 different cells. Another difference between mitosis and meiosis is mitosis is done to produce body cells. Bone cells, it can be skin cells or nail cells, right? But meiosis gives gender cells. Sperm cell and egg cells. Remember, mitosis makes identical or same cells. That is the goal. That is the main point, which makes same cells. So if you are trying to make more skin cells to replace worn out or that damaged skin cells, you don't want to start suddenly making stomach or brain cells there in order to replace damaged cells or tissues. That would be ridiculous. You want to make sure you have same cells replacing what was lost. So mitosis makes same cells. It is a really important thing. Now it's also important to understand that your cells are not dividing all the time. If all they did was divide, it would just be rapid crazy growth. In fact, this is kind of what cancer is. Now you should know that cancer cells grow uncontrolled. Cancer is uncontrolled cell growth. Those who studied our previous presentation, you should know that there were 2 main phases of cell cycle. The first, which we mentioned last lesson, it was interphase, and which was consist of 3 steps: G1 phase, S phase, and G2. Briefly, they were steps of making cell ready to undergo to division. Now that's where cells spends most of their time in respect to the whole cell cycle. Mitosis is a very short amount of time, but mitosis is a critical process because this is where it is going to divide and make more cells. Remember, in interphase, cells gets ready. In mitosis, it will divide into two. Your cells have something inside them, an organelle called the nucleus. And the nucleus holds your DNA. DNA is really important because it's your genetic information. Now, before undergoing to division, in interphase, your cells makes copy of each DNA in order to give that copies to new daughter cells. So now we can get right into steps of mitosis. Now, mitosis is divided into two sub-steps, karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyokinesis is divided into four main phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. To begin with, prophase is the first step of cell division, which firstly nuclear envelope disappears and the chromosomes become shorter and thicker. Later, it will be followed by formation of spindle fibers. Take a look to this. This is summary of prophase. Secondly, metaphase. In this phase or step, chromosomes attach to spindle fibers with their centromeres, and then chromosomes line up in equatorial line at the center of the cell. Finally, chromatids are ready to separate. In this phase, pay attention how chromosomes lining up. Tertiary, in anaphase, there will be start of separation of chromatids and chromosomes move to each opposite poles. They are pulled by spindle fibers, and spindle fibers shorten. Alright? You see how spindle fibers pulling sister chromatids to opposite poles. The final phase is called telophase. It is kind of reverse of prophase. I mean, opposite of prophase. Take a look at this. You see, there are formation of new nuclear envelope, and each chromosome become to uncoil or becoming less condensed. Remember, in prophase, chromosomes condense and become thicker and visible. However, in telophase, they are becoming thinner and becoming less condensed. And there will be initiation or start of metabolic activities. I mean, like mitochondria start producing ATPs, or Golgi body starts packaging. Briefly, all organelles starts their functionality. Very last step of cell division is called cytokinesis, in which cytoplasms of daughter cells will be divided completely or will be separated. So, why did all of matter, or why we studied cell cycle or cell division? Why cell division is so important. Without understanding cell division, we wouldn't understand how growth and repair happens, because they both require more cells to be made. Understanding mitosis is also very important for cancer research too. Well, that is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you have any question or problem, let me know, or you can write on commenting side of the page. You can find the commenting site somewhere beneath the video.